in terms of trying to stay fresh for the stretch drive?
You just, gotta be very. You gotta have very good habits outside the court. It all comes down to outside the court habits: how you eat, how you rest, how you train. You gotta do all those things the closest to perfect as possible. You gotta sleep not only well but also a lot. You gotta eat not only well but also a lot. You gotta train not only well but also a lot. Then you gotta be smart with all those things. So when you do that, there's gonna be bad times during the season, but eventually you're gonna be okay.
Luis, obviously you played here for a while. When you look at where this franchise is in terms of the progress they've made, this team, the Houston Rockets, with who they have, they're a difficult team to match up with. They shoot the three, they get inside. Is this the type of team that presents the most challenges for you guys because they put so much pressure on both ends?
I'm not sure if it's the one that represents the most challenge, but it's definitely a tough matchup. It's a team that is uncomfortable for everybody to play. They play very up-tempo. They shoot a lot of threes. They got two players that are very different, they're very special. Harden, he was an MVP candidate last year. He plays in a very particular way, trying to go to a line all the time, very effective on the things he does. And then Howard, big center that is very athletic, and a bunch of players that can play, and they change the line a lot, and they make different type of lineups during the very same game. So it's an uncomfortable matchup for everybody.
Obviously, a lot has been made about, the fact that you get off to a quick start in games. And, you're the guy offensively a lot of times that carries the load early in the game. How do you get yourself into position early where, other players take some time to lather up sometimes?
Well, that was something that I realized when I got here, guys usually work their way into the games. They kind of warm up in the first quarter, take a couple shots, get the feel for the game. A lot of guys, they really don't do a good warm-up, pre-game routine. So, I was like, hey, that's a good niche, it's a good opportunity. So I try to focus on do all those things to the best of my abilities, trying to start well, and that gives you momentum too. When you start well, everybody's kind of wandering the game, kind of going through the motions a little bit early, trying to warm up, and then you really warm and you're really ready to play, and you get a couple extra buckets, and that grow your confidence, grow your margin of error, and it gives you better chances of a good game. Obviously, it doesn't work that well every time. A lot of times it goes the other way around. You're very aggressive. You miss the first 3 shots or the first 5 shots, and you make a couple mistakes, and then everything goes to the other direction. You lose confidence. Your margin of error grows smaller. Your coach's confidence grows smaller, and it becomes a problem. But it's been very effective to me, and it's been working, in something that I really like. I think you have better chances to have a good game, and if you have a good game, you have better chances of winning.
What do you remember most about the team that you had with Patrick and Kyle here?
It was a fun team to play. We won a lot of games. It was at times the West was impossible. You had to win 50 wins to make it to the playoffs. We didn't, but we were above 500 every time, and it was fun. We were competing. I had fun those years.